find me here? No. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In every tradition, when the sun comes out in Ireland, the Irish people traditionally go to a underground subterranean bar, and today is no exception. My name is Gerald Michael Anderson. I'm in McHugh's Bar. We are here to celebrate. We're actually in the middle of the 13th Open House Festival. We're surrounded by bearded musicians and indeed a number of beardless women. And today it says in the programme that the festival is a festival of beer, burritos, banjos, bands, beards, and babes. Well, we've everything here except burritos. It's a bit early for that. But let's kick off with a bit of music from a band called The Villagers.
The most familiar room. Every implement was leading to you, and your homely sense of disarray. Never once the same. Always rearranged, but things would never change. In the scene between the window frame, where the jackals preyed on every soul, where they tied you to a pole and stripped you of your clothes. I was a dreamer, staring out windows, out onto the main street, 'cause that's where the dream goes. And each time they found fresh meat to chew, I would turn away and return to you. You would offer me your unmade bed, feed me till I'm fed, and read me till I'm read. But when the morning came, you would catch me at the window again, in an eyes wide open sleeping state, staring into space, with no look upon my face. I was a dreamer, staring out windows, out onto the main street, 'cause that's where the dream goes. And when I got older, when I grew bolder, out onto the streets I flew. Released from your shackles, I danced with the jackals and learned a new way to move. So before you take this song as truth, you should wonder what I'm taking from you, how I benefit from you being here, lending me your ears, while I'm selling you my fears. I was a dreamer, I'm selling you my fears, staring at windows, I'm selling you my fears, out onto the main street, I'm selling you my fears, that's where the dream goes. I'm selling you, I was a dreamer, staring out windows, out onto the main street, 'cause that's where the dream goes.
That's The Villagers. And they're a fine band, actually, and they'll be appearing in the Open House Festival tomorrow night in the Custom House Square. Craig Walker, you're a committee member. What a great look! I'm just looking at the lineup for tomorrow night. It's fantastic.
Tomorrow night is going to be a fantastic night. It's sort of the crux of our whole week. The Villagers are going to be fantastic, but of course Fleet Foxes are the headliners, and they're going to blow everybody away.
But you know the amazing thing about that, obviously when you booked these bands was obviously months and months ago.
Yeah, quite some time ago. In fact, generally one good thing about the Open House Festival is that it does tend to get acts, just before they really take off, really become famous. So we're in early on the ground floor, so we're getting the bands. By the time they're playing here, they're huge.
And look at this. I mean, the Fleet Foxes, I mean, they were in the top 10 in America, in the American charts. And the Villagers, they've won an Ivor Novello Prize for the best song, and they've been nominated for everything. That's since you booked them, booked the two bands.
Yeah, absolutely. The Villagers actually were here last year and did a sellout show in the Black Box. So like we had them last year, long before anybody knew who Ivor Novello was, you know.
Everybody always knew who Ivor Novello was. You're the only person who didn't know who Ivor Novello was.
It's my job not to know these things, Gerry.
So that's tomorrow night. That's a hell of a... But that's only one gig, and that's in the Custom House Square. That's under canvas, is it?
It will not be under canvas. It is June, as you know, so there's going to be some lovely weather over
You
the
mean
next
it's
2
outside?
days.
You
It is-
fool.
it is
You
out-
fool. No man from Ireland should ever put on a thing that's on outside. I thought it was in a tent.
No, we have great faith. There's going to be some fantastic weather tomorrow night, and indeed tonight for Laura Marling. There's going to be a great show on tonight as well.
Okay.
And that's going to be a huge one. And again, it's outside in the lovely fresh air. It's going to be beautiful, under the stars. Beautiful.
You're mad. You're crazy. Anyway, tell me about... we're in the middle of the festival now. Tell us about how's it gone so far?
So far, it's been brilliant. We've had a couple of really good highlights with Caitlin Rose playing on Wednesday night. She was absolutely fantastic. Last night, we had a guy called Marcus Foster, who was supported by the Staves, who I believe we may be hearing from later on today. That's a real treat. Really good for a Friday morning if anybody's a wee bit hungover out there. After the first couple of days of the festival, they've got beautiful voices. You'll enjoy them.
And what's coming up then after that? What's your favourite one? Who do you like best, and what are you looking forward to most for some of the gigs that's coming up?
Well, what I'm very interested in is that we do have the Chili Fest, which goes on over the next 2 days. This is going to be a big highlight for me. Some of the guys you're just about to listen to will be performing at a caravan jam, which is basically two really beautifully pimped out caravans with bands playing at it all day. These guys who are coming up next will be playing at that probably most of the next 2 days.
Yes, well, these are men with banjos and beards. They're collectively called Morgan O'Kane, Ferred 4, and Zeke. In my notes, I had Fred 4, but I spotted the mistake very quickly. And Morgan O'Kane is described here as what would happen if Jimi Hendrix played the banjo. So what we're talking about are banjos and beards, and I heard the band playing earlier on, and they're fantastic. So, okay, lads, take it away. Let's see what you can do. Make that banjo talk.
Go to sleep, my sister, when I get mad.
Oh, fantastic. That's Morgan O'Kane. That's Fared 4 and Zeke. We're down here at the 13th Open House Festival talking to the band. Who's Morgan?
I am.
Morgan, may I say to you, a fine piece of banjo playing. How are you?
Sir, I'm good.
Thank you for coming down this morning.
Always.
Are you appearing here tonight?
We are. I'm not sure what time.
I'll tell you now in a moment. I've got a magic thing here. It says tonight. It says tonight here at 8 o'clock.
It's dark here, though.
8 o'clock tonight.
8 o'clock tonight.
Don't be giving these people false information.
All right.
They're very sensitive at this time in the morning. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about. Are you a permanent outfit, or you just got together for this gig?
We are a permanent outfit. We actually started this outfit at this festival 2 years ago.
Did you really?
Yeah. I came as a different band, but the band didn't show up. So me and Ferd got together and started writing songs and playing music together.
This is Fared 4. Well, why are you called Fared 4? May I ask you that?
Well, because Ferd's my name, and I'm the fourth one in my family.
Fared the 4th.
Yeah, it's my father, my grandfather, my great, and myself.
You've got a fine collection of facial hair there, I have to say.
Thank you. I've been picking it up along the way, and
And you've got the three of you are bearded.
yes.
Just for the benefit of radio listeners who do not know this kind of thing.
Well, we went for that Gillette endorsement, and
Sadly, faded out. And you've got a fine selection of footwear also at the bar. So you have to describe all this. And tell me, where are you from?
I'm from the Mississippi Delta. They're over in America, and these boys are from Virginia.
Indeed, yeah. Are there any city boys here, or are you all country boys?
It depends on, well, how would you answer that?
We've been in New York for 10 years, so that counts as living in the city, I think.
So, Morgan, where were you born?
Virginia.
Now, this is, it's kind of, would you describe it as bluegrass music? It's a little more than that.
Now, bluegrass lacks, how should I say?
Dig that hole, sir.
No drums. It lacks rhythm. It lacks the heartbeat kind of makes your insides come up.
So it's the percussion element, really, that would regard your music has been different. It's based around a percussive thing. And you're actually sitting on your drum, if I may use that expression, and it looks like kind of a suitcase. Now, tell me what that is. That's a great thing. You should leave it here for the 12th.
It's
actually sitting on a kind of tell me what it is.
It is a suitcase. It's a Samsonite suitcase with a piece of wrestling mat duct taped to it.
Okay, and you've got a kind of what would you call that?
The beater is a wrestling mat.
See, I was trying to figure out what that was called. I couldn't think of the word beater. So you hammered that. This means that people in the 12th could walk around and sit down and do that.
Yes.
You should stay here and make a fortune. Patent it. Did you invent that yourself, or is that something that you picked up so you saw somebody else doing it?
I saw somebody else doing it.
Copycat.
Yep.
So, and you've got an album out at the moment, or is it out shortly? I'm just looking at the wee, thing here. It's called Pendulum.
Yeah, it's called Pendulum. That was the song we just played. And it's the title track for the record. And we have them at this festival. That's the only place you can get them right now.
Available for sale at all good festivals.
At just this one.
Do you have a website, by any chance?
I do. MorganO'KaneMusic.com.
MorganO'KaneMusic.com. You're a great band, and congratulations. And thank you very much for coming down today, because it's a crying shame to ask musicians to play at this time in the morning without the benefit of strong drink.
In Gerry last night. And
Were you? That's where I'm from. Well, where were you playing last night?
Sandino's.
For God's sake, what a great little bar.
It is a good bar. We got picked up at 2:30 a.m. Got driven here. And
I've been in Santino's before. You're in remarkably good shape.
yeah, it feels good.
All right, then. So what are you going to play now? Tell us.
The next song, Remember Me. It's a song I wrote here 2 years ago. And it's on the new record.
A song that is a child of Belfast. Thank you.
It is fast.
I'll get out of the way. Oh, fantastic. Right, you're not going to hear better banjo picking anywhere in Ireland, and you can hear them tonight. That's Morgan O'Kane, Ferred the Fourth. Sorry, I called you Ferred the Fourth earlier. Ferred the Fourth and Zeke. And they're appearing in McHugh's Bar, which is where we are now at the moment. They're here at 8 o'clock tonight. And you're welcome to come down here. We'll be here until 12 o'clock. This is an exclusive audience, but no more exclusive. Look at this young man here, the youngest man that's ever attended any of our outside broadcasts. I hesitate to talk to him because he may not communicate. Good morning, sir.
I've had a double string band.
I'll have to ask his father what he said there.
I just advertised my band, the Doggraph String Band.
You've that child well trained. Let me have a normal conversation. What is your name, sir?
John.
What did he say?
John.
John, you were here before. I remember you 2 years ago. You were only the size of my thumbnail. Do you remember being here before? You were only a baby.
Yeah.
But he was here before.
He was indeed 2 years ago, Gerry, as you say.
Must have been in a cot.
Well, not long out of the cot, yeah.
Anyway, you see, this is what happens to a child. You see, they're exposed to bad influences. He'll grow up and be a juvenile delinquent. You should have kept him at home. What? Sorry?
Boy.
Listen, can I ask you, did you like that band there? You seemed to like him. Your eyes were lit up and shining. Did you like them?
Yeah.
I thought you did, yeah. There's plenty more music to come. There's another nice wee band coming along now called the Betties. You'll enjoy them. Look, I remember the time I used to sit in a chair like that and my feet didn't hit the ground. Isn't it great? Your legs just go straight out. Right, I'm going to play a little record now. This is a girl called Kendall Carson, and it's a song called Oh Baby Lie Down.
Oh, baby, lie down next to me, next to me. No worries, no sound next to me. Come on down. I am naked and cold. Place your boots beneath my bed, just like the poets of old. Whisper the dance inside your head. Oh, baby, lie down next to me, next to me. No worries, no sound next to me. Come on down. Sunshine comes and it flies. Darkness comes and it stays. With just the light in your eyes, that's all that matters anyway. Oh, baby, lie down next to me, next to me. No worries, no sound next to me. Come on down. And so this story begins. Kiss me there, stay a while. A candle brushed by the wind, forever burning again. Oh, baby, lie down next to me, next to me. No worries, no sound next to me. So come on down. Oh, baby, lie down next to me, next to me. No worries, no sound next to me. So come on down.
That's Kendall Carson, Oh Baby Lie Down. We're here down at the 13 Open House Festival. We'll be here until 12 o'clock. Come on down for the crack. We're in McHugh's Bar. There's a band in front of us, no stranger to this programme. They were live in this programme 2 or 3 weeks ago, featuring lead singer Ona Derby. I always say Una, and it's always wrong. Ona Derby, going to sing a song, and I've forgotten immediately what it is.
Pretty Fair Maid.
Okay, away you go. Oh, are you ready? You okay? All right, off you go. What's he doing? He's not even ready. And who sings this song?
This is a Tim O'Brien song. This is our version, our cover of it. So it's a good wee choppy number.
Where's your piano player?
Hey, Cormac's over there.
Where is he? Where is he? Is he playing over there? What's he? Look, he's sitting there just scratching his arse. Why is he not playing with the band?
Piano down the stairs.
Okay, I think we're ready now. Off you go. The Bellies.
A pretty fair maid was in her garden when a stranger came a-riding by. He rode up to the gate and called her. He said, pretty fair maid, will you be my bride?
She says, I've got a true love who's in the army, and he's been gone for 7 long years. And if he's gone for 7 years longer, I'll still be waiting for him here.
Perhaps he's on some watercourse drowning. Perhaps he's on some battlefield slain. Perhaps he's to some fair girl land, and you ain't ever seen him again.
Well, if it's around, I hope he's happy. And if he's on some battlefield set, and if he's to some fair girl like me, I love the girl that married him.
He pulled his hand out of his pocket, and on his finger he wore a golden ring. And when she saw that light shine,
And then he threw his arms around me. He gave me kisses, 1, 2, and 3. Said, I'm your true loving soldier. I'll come back home to marry me. Pretty fair maid was in her garden when a stranger came riding by. Came up to the gate and called her. Said, pretty fair maid, won't you be my bride?
a pretty fair maid was in the garden when a stranger came riding by. He rode up to the gate and called her. He said, pretty fair maid, will you be my bride? A pretty fair maid
Pretty fair
in
maid
the garden
in her garden.
when a stranger came riding by.
Riding by.
He rode up to the gate and called her. He said, pretty fair maid, will you be my bride? Pretty fair maid bride. He said, pretty fair maid.
Yes, I'll be your bride.
Thank you. That's the Berries, singing by Ona Derby. Ona, tell me about this. You were here last night.
We were in the Black Box last night, yes.
What was that like?
It was great. It was the Betty's first outing, Gerry. So
Yeah, because this is a new band, basically. Well, you didn't call yourself the Berries the last time I saw you.
No, that was my own sort of album and that one. We were chatting before, but we were recently formed, the Betties. There's another two members as well who aren't, well, Cormac's over there. There's another girl in the band. We had a great gig last night in the Black.
And you were on with the Raw Bar Collective. Who are they?
That's right. They're a traditional band. A lovely, beautiful groove they had going on last night, so we were on just before them.
This festival is of a very high quality. Did you get a chance to hear any of the other bands apart from the bands that you heard this morning?
I haven't had an opportunity yet, but we're coming down tonight. Mike McGoldrick's playing with John Joe here as well, so we'll be here tonight.
John Joe got a plane to catch?
Apparently so.
The Boron. Now you wouldn't have heard that in 1936. Oh, the Boron players got a plane to catch. These are different times. Can I ask you? Would you play us a wee quick song immediately after the news?
We will, of course. We will, certainly.
Well, are you going to record at all, or what are you doing? I know you've got your own album out. Tell me what your own album is, just to remind the people.
Yeah, my album's Harmony Street, Ona Derby, Harmony Street, but the Betties are in the middle of writing new material, and we're going to get in the studio in the next few weeks, all being well.
Your album was really, really good, which is why I asked you to come in and do a wee session a few weeks ago. And how do you feel now being part of a band?
Oh, it's great. It's great. It takes a lot of pressure off, you know.
The only thing is, it's no good in the van, you know. No.
You keep telling me that.
No good in the van.
What happens in these vans, Gerry?
No, but any time you get to gigs and all, you have to ask for a separate place to get changed and everything, and then they'll hate you. And then you realise what men are really like, drunkards and smelling.
You were saying about the last band being hairy. I'm surrounded by a few hairy beasts myself.
All right then. So this is Una Derby and the Betties. We'll be playing a wee song after the news. We'll be back after the news.
Thank you.
On 92 to 95 FM
And 1341 medium wave.
this is BBC Radio Ulster.
BBC News at 11 o'clock, I'm Kerry Martin. A man has been shot at a house in West Belfast. Two men opened fire on the 46-year-old in the Ross Road area at around 11 o'clock last night. He was wounded in the knee and taken to hospital. The people behind the new Peace Bridge in Londonderry say they hope it will become the city's iconic image. The £14 million structure will be officially opened tomorrow. Sir Roy McNulty from Derry's regeneration company Ilex says it will become a recognisable landmark.
It's not as big as the bridge across Sydney Harbour, but for Derry I think it will provide a memorable image, and I think people will see it on postcards, you'll see it on images of the city. It will stand for Derry.
The 49-year-old man who died following a traffic accident on the Ballymena Road yesterday was Leonard Wallace from Antrim. Two vehicles were involved in the crash near the Dunsilley roundabout. Commonly used drugs for conditions such as heart disease, depression and allergies have been linked to a greater risk of death and declining brain function. UK researchers say half of people over 65 are prescribed the drugs. Dr Claire Gerada, who chairs the Royal College of GPs, says all drugs have side effects and some patients are already at greater risk of developing problems.
Some of these medicines patients would be put on them because they had early symptoms of dementia, so it would then be hardly surprising that they went on to get dementia. And also many of these drugs are used to treat quite serious conditions like heart disease, renal disease, and again it would then be hardly surprising that if you're on these drugs that you have an increased risk of death.
The world's largest political party, the Chinese Communist Party, says it's grown even bigger. An official said membership had now passed 80 million. That's just 6% of the people in China, but it's almost equivalent to Germany's entire population. Now sport, here's Denise Watson.
Britain's Andy Murray and Laura Robson are in action today at Wimbledon. Robson meets former champion Maria Sharapova at noon, while Murray takes on Croatian Ivan Ljubicic. Gaelic football and Tyrone manager Mickey Hart has made two changes to his starting lineup for Sunday's Ulster Championship semi-final against Donegal at Clones. Kevin Hughes returns to midfield while Joe McMahon comes in at fullback. We've live coverage on television, radio and online. Finally, golf, and Gareth Maben tees off after lunch in his second round at the BMW International in Munich. He's 9 shots adrift of the current leader Henrik Stenson, who's out on the course already.
On to the weather, here's Jackie McCann.
There will be some sunny spells through the first half of the day, with the best of these reserved for parts of Antrim and Down. However, it will cloud over, with rain arriving into parts of the southwest after lunch, and the rain will gradually spread across most parts during the afternoon, turning particularly wet across southern and central parts, feeling cool with temperatures peaking at 15 Celsius.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
In East Belfast, a parade is taking place this evening following a memorial service at Pitt Park Memorial. It will begin at 7:30 from Major Street and go via Templemore Avenue, the Albert Bridge Road back onto Templemore Avenue, Thorndike Street, Lord Street, Hague Street, Templemore Street and back to the Albert Bridge Road before going to the Newton Ards Road and Susan Street. Motorists not attending should avoid the area or expect delays. And at the City of Derry Airport, the 9:15 flight from Dublin has been further delayed until 11:15. Aileen Moyna reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
On Talkback with Wendy Austin today, Loughin Island. 17 years on, have the families got any answers? The Ombudsman says the police failed them. They're speaking this morning. We'll have their reaction. Records went missing. Evidence was destroyed. Detectives failed properly to probe links with other attacks. But there was no collusion, says Al Hutchinson. No evidence of collusion. So just what is collusion? I want your calls on that. 08459 555 678. Then Group B strep campaigners take their case to Stormont. We'll hear how they got on. Harry Potter goes webtastic. Will you be catching up with the backstory online? And something for the weekend. There's sport, tennis, GAA and crossing the foil over and under the new Peace Bridge. That's all on Talkback today.
You mentioned earlier on about all kinds of things, but you want to add something?
Yeah, I would just let everybody know that there are tickets still available for most of the gigs, and they're available online, robotheisefestival.com, and they are print-at-home versions. So it's just, you basically buy your ticket, you print it out, and you bring your printout with you. That is the important thing, bring your printout with you. But there are still some tickets left.
I will always bring my printout with me no matter what.
Please make sure you've got your printout with you.
So tickets left, come on down. And of course, tomorrow night...
Tomorrow night's Fleet Foxes, and we've also got some gigs on in the OES Centre and also in the Black Box.
Okay, right. Thank you. Thank you, Craig Walker. The Batteries are going to play a little instrumental version of I Don't Know What. What is it?
It's a jig into two reels.
God bless you. Proceed with this Irish music that we love so well.
Thank you very much, Gerry.
The plane is waiting, the Boron player. She's revving up in the runway. Fantastic. Oh, that's great. That's the Betties. That's as close as rock and roll. That's as close to rock and roll as it gets. There's a man, you look naked without a pint in front of you.
How you doing, Gerry?
You need a pint. Wait, was nobody giving you a drink?
No drink here, just...
What kind of place is this?
Bacon buddies.
A bacon buddy. Bacon buddy's no good to a man at this time in the morning. You're like a man who would need a drink. Get this man a drink. He's naked without it. Right, going to play a little song now from Grania Duffy, who I would love to be here, but you can't. It's called I Know We're Going to Be Fine. Grania Duffy.
When you're down at the bottom, can't find no one else there, and you think all's been said and done, I'm still holding on, 'cause I know we're gonna be just fine sooner or later, when your love is mine. I know we're gonna be just fine sooner or later, when your love is mine. If I had the words to tell you all I feel inside, then maybe all that I'm feeling I no longer need to hide, 'cause I know we're gonna be just fine sooner or later, when your love is mine. I know we're gonna be just fine sooner or later, when your love is mine. There comes a time once in your life, all's been said and done. That's when I know, yes, my baby. That's when I know you're still the one, 'cause I know we're gonna be just fine sooner or later, when your love is mine. I know we're gonna be just fine sooner or later, when your love is mine. I know we're gonna be just fine sooner or later, when your love is mine. I know we're gonna be just fine sooner or later, when your love is mine. I know we're gonna be just fine sooner or later, when your love is mine. I know we're gonna be just fine sooner or later, when your love is mine. Your love is mine.
That's Grania Duffy. Last night in the OUA Music Centre, a group of young ladies appeared called the Staves, and they were supporting Marcus Foster. There are three sisters from, namely Camilla, Jessica, and Emily, and they're from Watford, and they're called the Staves, and they're going to sing now for us. Thank you, girls. Off you go.
With the window facing west towards the sea,
sing me a song, your voice is like silver. I don't think that I can do this anymore. Oh, sing me a song, your voice is like silver. I don't think that I can do this anymore. Show me the path down to the shoreline, 'cause I don't know if I can do this anymore. Run with the window facing west.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much. That's the staves. Who's going to do the talking? One in the middle and one here?
Hi, my name's Emily.
Okay, Emily. I have to say, you sound wonderful.
Thank you.
And what doesn't actually do any harm at all, the three of you are very beautiful as well. And you're also, I regret to say, the three of you are taller than me. So how is this allowed to happen?
I know, we're wearing flats as well. So
You're not, oh my God, if you're wearing high heels, it's me finished completely. You were here last night, not here last night, but you played last night in the OES Centre.
Yeah, it was great with Marcus Foster, who we've sort of met and been on the same scene as for a while, but we've never actually seen him play, and he was just amazing. It was great to be on the same bill as him. And
so what do you do? I mean, do you hang around for a day or two, or do you head off somewhere else today?
unfortunately, we've got another kind of 3 hours to kill. So any suggestions on what we should do in Belfast, and then we've got to head back.
Well, there's a lot of men here I think would take you out for lunch, but I mean, we can't talk about that kind of thing. Your surname is Stavely Taylor, is that it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Have I pronounced that correctly?
You have. Well done.
And the wonderful thing about that sister thing, is that you get that beautiful blend.
Yeah, someone last night described it as blood harmonies, which I had never heard before. But
You're like Blood Diamond.
yeah, it sounds kind of quite sinister. But there's definitely something.
You're nearly as good as the Nolans.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, but there is that. Seriously, there is that kind of sisterly, brotherly thing. The Beach Boys, that kind of thing. You know, I mean, you don't have to. Well, you do have to work at it, but it's the sound thing. The blend is there, and it's a genetic thing, really. It's just one of those things. Yeah. And what kind of household were you from? Is it a very musical family?
Yeah, it was. Mum and Dad, they're not professional musicians or anything, but they've definitely got musical hearts, and music was on all the time, playing guitar, piano, singing, just all the time. So we definitely grew up knowing that music was important and loving it.
Do you find it difficult at all to make your way? Because it's an unusual time, X Factor, a lot of crap about, you know, and you're obviously very quality orientated, you know. Do you find difficulty fitting in?
Not really. I kind of feel that with all the X Factor and reality stuff and people wanting to be famous and all of that nonsense, there's this nice little backlash of really simple, really honest music that's coming through as well, and it's nice to be a part of that.
Well, that's what's happening in America, but not so much here. But what happens in America does happen. And you've worked with Mumford and Sons, haven't you?
Yeah, well, it's Jess really did a tour supporting them in America.
Okay. Well done. Have you recorded it all?
Yeah, we've just done our first couple of weeks in the studio for the first album, which is quite exciting.
Okay, well, I wish you all the best, because you're very, very good.
Thank you very much.
What are you going to sing now for?
What we're going to do in the long run, that's what we're going to do.
Best of luck. Thank you very much. Give them a big hand, please. The stage.
Lying, a dreamer dreaming beside me. The city sirens keep me awake, but I know I'll see you again in the long run. People, they tell me I should be careful, 'cause you're worried and I'm already miles away. But I know I'll see you again in the long run. And I know I'll meet you again in the long run. But we can't be lovers, 'cause I'm still afraid of leaving the things I love dearly. I wonder, I roll my ride home to tell you that I'm sorry. I won't leave it this late again. But I know I'll see you again in the long run. And I know I'll meet you again in the long run. But we can't be married, you'll take me away from everything that I love dearly. And we can't be lovers, you'll take me away from my home. My home. My home. And I know I'll see you again in the long run.
Thank you. Oh, fantastic. The Staves. The Staves will be doing another song for us before we go. We talked earlier about the Fleet Foxes, and the highlight for me so far it would be tomorrow night, the Fleet Foxes, Villagers, and Low Anthem in the Custom House Square tomorrow night. So don't forget, pop along to that if you have nothing else to do tomorrow night, or even if you have something important to do. This is more important. We're going to play a song now from the Fleet Foxes called White Winter Hymnal.
I was following the eye, 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 was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turn round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in summertime.
That's the Fleet Foxes. Paul Stafford here. You won't thank me for calling you a celebrity hairdresser. Are you a big fan of Fleet Moses? Fleet Foxes?
I'm the official Fleet Foxes stalker, I think.
Really? When did you first hear of them?
I was in Chicago in 2008, met a bunch of hairdressers from Seattle, got talking about Van Morrison. They said you'd like the Fleet Foxes, came home, that was it, hooked. Yeah.
And it's a kind of a strange thing. I was talking to one of the girls there out of these staves, and a strange thing happening in America. Seemed to be going back to that kind of folk thing. You know, almost that kind of sort of semi kind of roots, Simon and Garfunkel kind of a thing that was very unfashionable there for a long time. And Fleet Foxes are one of those bands.
Yeah, this album was very Paul Simon, very Simon and Garfunkel. The album before that, very Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. But there's a big English folk thing behind it too. Pentangle, Bert Jansch, Roy Harper, that sort of stuff.
That's all coming back. Mumford and Sons, that whole kind of strange thing. Is that the last thing you'd expect?
No, really, not really, because I think it's true music. Everybody's fed up of listening to electronic music and that sort of sound, and this is exactly what you want to do. That's what this festival's all about, listening to really good live vocals and live music. It's superb.
Are you a big music fan?
Absolutely. It's outside of hairdressing, it's my obsession.
Did you ever fancy having a bit of a tinkle at a guitar? Did you ever play? Did you ever sing?
Oh yes, I've ruined quite a few parties trying to play. Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Me to guitar playing is a bit like you to hairdressing.
Well, stick to the hairdressing is my advice.
I'll do my best. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Paul. Thanks for calling in. That's Paul Stafford. Right, Skip Moses, I do believe, is on the stage wielding a dangerous-looking guitar. Go do damage. Give the man a hand. Come on.
Catch the fastest train that goes. Cause I'm broken hearted, where the weather suits my clothes. And I'm going back south and I have to wear a 90 pair of shoes. Cause I'm broken hearted, got the deep down south blues. I was reared in a country where the snow it never fell, and I'm going back south. If I do not so well, well, my mama told me, my daddy had told me too. You be careful where you run to. Don't let the bad one make a fool out of you.
Thank you. Skip Moses, good morning.
How are you?
I take it that Skip Moses is not your given name.
No, my name is Johnny Black. It's the one my mother gave me.
And you're a native?
Yep.
Well, tell me a bit about yourself. What? You're in them?
Yes, I'm the guy who shouts at the front.
You're selling out?
Totally. You have to at some point, you know.
Okay. You're going to have a wee bit of a tune at your guitar because you're not happy with it.
It's the cheapest guitar I've ever bought.
It's very, very cheap.
It's
You work away at that. I'm going to talk to a man over here. We'll come back to you in a second. Skip Moses. I'm going to talk to a gentleman called Mark Rainey about Chili Fest. Of course, the festival, Chili Fest is a big part of that kind of food element. Tell me about that.
Well, Chili Fest, it's something I've attended the past few years myself as a customer, and this is really the first year that I've been involved. We're going to be selling chili plants, dried chilies, chili oils, chili seeds, and as much chili-related product as we can on the day.
Can I ask you, can a man get too much chili?
No chance.
I think he can. It says here 2 days of red hot American music, food, ice cold beer, good with kids, great without.
Absolutely. It's a great day for all the family. It's certainly something over the past few years I've thoroughly enjoyed. It's, there's something for everyone at the day. I say we'll be selling chili plants, but there'll certainly be a variety of, music, beer, fun for everybody. And it's certainly something we're delighted to be a part of, and hopefully it'll be a success.
It's basically a festival within a festival, isn't it, really?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the obviously Chili House, or the Chili Festival is part of the Open House Festival, and it's 2 days of fun and chilies and beer, a bit of good music to go along.
And it all takes place in the Custom House Square. Hopefully it will not rain, from 12 o'clock until 4. No admission after 4 o'clock?
Yes, that's right. From 12 to 4 it tends to be pretty packed down there, so I think the guys had to call it quits at 4 to have everybody out for 6. So
well, I've been there before. I think it was last year or the year before. I can't remember where it was, but it was jam-packed. It's great. Yeah,
it's absolutely packed, and you get a lot of characters down there, and it brings sort of a good cross, of the community down, and it's a fantastic day. So,
you mean Protestants go as well?
Okay, the odd one, like.
It says here, new to this year's Chili Fest, Ragin' Cajun Hog Roast. We don't get too many of those in Belfast.
No, I think the guys have got them up to the game this year when it comes to the food. There's a new company that's going to be taking over dealing with all the hot food on the day, and they're providing a fantastic menu, which is available online.
Banjo Ninja, Fashion Souk, Caravan Jam.
Sounds good to me.
And on Saturday it's the Urban Voodoo Machine, and on Sunday it's the Alabama 3.
Yeah, some fantastic names going to be playing there, and I think it's a big draw for everybody that's going to be coming. What can I say? It's going to be a great day.
It's going to be a great day. And the young man I interviewed earlier, sitting there, who's tapping his foot incessantly, his dad is there, and he's with the Dog Rough String Band. They're appearing as well. Hey, that's your daddy. Well, thank you very much, Mark, and I hope it'll be great. That's tomorrow and Sunday, the Chili Fest. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Okay. Skip Moses, alias Eugene McNamara, whatever he's called. Off you go.
Kenny Surgener.
Freight train, run so fast. Freight train, run so fast. Please don't tell them which train I'm on. No, they'll know which route I'm going. When I'm dead, Lord, bury me deep, way down on old Chestnut Street, so I can hear that old number 9 as it comes rolling by. When I'm dead, Lord, in my grave, no more good times shall I crave. Place the stones at my head and feet, tell them all that I've gone to sleep. Freight train, run so fast. Freight train, run so fast. Just please don't tell them which train I'm on, or they'll know which route I'm going.
Thank you. That's Skip Moses. Going to talk to a gentleman now called Adam Turkington. Adam, you want to talk about Belfast Culture Night, which is a way away, but, you know.
Yeah, because we're actually in the process of recruiting people at the minute who want to get involved in Belfast Culture Night, which happens here in the Cathedral Quarter on the 23rd of September.
Well, what is it?
Culture Night is basically, it's a model which we've kind of stolen from other cities around Europe. And the idea is really that the whole of the cultural infrastructure in Belfast come together for one night to showcase the best of what Belfast has to offer.
You should come up to Derry to see how it's done.
Well, you know, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not. Yeah, I'm all about peace and love. I'm not going to get into a contest like.
All right, then. So tell me what you're looking for.
Well, I think what we're really looking for is people who are just keen to showcase their work. There's 20,000 people have been at the last two culture nights. So it's a brilliant opportunity to show people what it is you have to offer, whether you're an arts organisation or an individual artist, or you're a venue, or you're an office in the Cathedral Quarter area, or even just you're a business who wants to show that they're associated with a particular art form or an artist. And we're about sort of trying to engender partnerships. So we're looking for people who have partnerships and want to do something with that, or we're looking for people who are looking for partnerships and looking for places to showcase what crazy things they can do.
No, if I was an artist and you know nobody bothered about me, would there be somewhere there that I could display my work, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean that's what we try to do is we try to turn the whole of the area into one big kind of smorgasbord of cultural activity. So, you know, all the different units that maybe wouldn't be used for arts activity, we try to speak to the landlords there and get them, you know, to be spaces for one night to be showcasing artistic activity. So that's kind of the basic idea. And then like to try and make it as, you know, when you have people down at Culture Night, they're down to see as much as they can, as quickly as they can, and as excitingly as they can, and, you know, participate in the event. So we sort of ask people to think about not just turning up with a little stall with some paintings and say, here's the work I do, but think of things that they can do to engage people. Because if you just are walking, it's like, you know what I mean? If you're walking past a shop window and there's something in the shop window, 9 times out of 10 you don't look. But if there's somebody standing outside in a stupid suit handing out flyers, then you tend to connect with it a little bit more. So people need to think about what they're going to do and how to engage people and sell their ideas.
Which will, if there are people listening who'd be interested in that, how would they get in contact with the organisation or you?
Well, I'm Adam at culturenightbelfast.com. So if you just send an email through that, we have a website as well, which we're currently rebuilding, but it's still there, culturenightbelfast.com. There's a Facebook group and a Twitter, so you can search for us there as well.
And congratulations on being the first man to say smorgasbord today.
Well, you know, smorgasbord is a word that I always try to get into my radio interviews. It's a little challenge I have with myself. So.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So that's Belfast Culture Night coming up. Here's a song from a band which I think is very good. They're called the Dolly Birds. It's a song called Broken Doll.
You came to me with words of grace and hope, eloquent and true, my heart eloped. You led the line and fed the battle cry. I never even stopped to question why. I took your colors wrapped around my soul. Then I noticed a dirty gaping hole. Then I saw what you had gone and done. You left me standing here with a smoking gun. Of all the things you could have said, you went and left me here for dead. You left me standing here with a smoking gun. your fading beauty's gone away. Mouth wide open, nothing left to say. Seduction makes for such a painless fall. Break me into pieces like a doll. Every move is making sense. You're counting dollars, votes, and cents. You break me into pieces like a doll. All tied up in promises and quotes, turning golden angels into gold.
That's the Dolly Birds. That's a song called Broken Doll, the band from Northern Ireland. Excellent. Talking to Mark there, I just remind you that Chili Fest looks interesting if you're interested, and that's part of the Open House Festival. Tomorrow afternoon will be the Urban Voodoo Machine. On Sunday, particular favourite of mine, the Alabama 3, and you can see Morgan O'Kane fared the fourth, and Zeke Healy, whom you heard earlier on, they're on as well. So there's all kinds of wonderful stuff going on there. And of course, tomorrow night is the highlight, I suppose, of the festival in the Custom House Square with the Fleet Foxes and Villagers and Low Anthem. And also on Sunday night, the 26th of June, is a particular favourite of mine, Dylan LeBlanc, and a very good local band called John Edgar Vaux. So it's far from over and plenty of stuff to go yet. So come down here to Belfast to the Open House Festival. Here's Paul Brady.
Dressing up in them party clothes like nothing's changed. Maybe you can fake a smile, but I can see the truth. Something bad happened here. Okay, there's nothing you can do. You gotta cry it out. Sometimes you gotta scream and shout. Get mad at God. Behind what it's all about. You gotta call him names. Even if he's not to blame, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. None of this was meant to last. And hey, baby, this too shall pass. I can see the devil at your heels, and you won't slow down. Chasing you from bar to bar, all over town. The only way to break the spell is to say what's what. But you're already in living hell. Hey baby, now give it up. You gotta cry it out. Sometimes you gotta scream and shout. Get mad at God for hiding what it's all about. You gotta call him names. Even if he's not to blame, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. 'Cause none of this was meant to last. And hey baby, this too shall pass. A word to the wise, only the foolish are blind. The best way out is through when love is done with you.
That's Paul Brady from the album which I cannot pronounce. I'm talking to Kieran Gilmore, Festival Director. Morning, Kieran. How are you?
I'm not too bad, Gerry. Thanks very much.
Talked about the Chili Fest earlier on. The gentleman that was talking to Mark, he was saying that they had to actually limit numbers.
Yes, we had to turn away a lot of people last year, actually. I think we had 3,500 people each afternoon. In many ways, it could outgrow Open House Festival, its mother, if you like. It's just something that seems to appeal to a lot of people, chili nuts and non-chili nuts. It's a great event. We stress it's not a family event, that we tolerate kids. And I think kids like it because it's a grown-up event that they're allowed into. And they can sneak off and buy the hottest chili sauces to lash on their parents' food. And they can watch the Ireland's only hot chili pepper eating competition.
Oh, tell me about that.
Well, there's usually about 12 chili nuts, and I mean nuts, these people are mad, who compete with each other on a stage for about an hour during Chili Fest, during each afternoon, and they try and outdo each other eating raw, hot chili peppers. Now, so the winner will usually end up eating about 15 or 16 of the hottest chili peppers in the world.
Are we talking jalapeno?
Jalapeno is where we start. We finish on nagas.
Only pussies eat jalapeno.
Absolutely.
Finish on what?
And these people are usually a little bit sick afterwards. Their eyes are popping out of their heads. They're sweating. And they usually have to visit the hospital afterwards. It's a challenge, and they like it. I think it's great entertainment. I wouldn't dream of entering it. I like very spicy food. But it's just good fun. These people love to do it. It's a highlight of Chili Fest.
And when is that competition where we can watch people's eyes pop out of their heads?
That's each afternoon. Chili Fest runs, it's basically from 12 o'clock to about 5 o'clock each day, Saturday and Sunday. It's a fiver in, and the chili competition starts.
Don't let anybody in after 4?
No. Because, to be honest, it'll be sold out by then. If you're coming down, if you haven't already got your tickets, I would be there at 12 o'clock or pretty close to it.
But isn't that a great complaint that you have to limit numbers? I mean, how many people could say that? Many people could say that.
No.
Kind of festival.
But we just don't like disappointing people who've maybe, gone out of their way and got their stuff together to go to Chili Fest for the day. I hate turning people away for a show. So I would actually suggest people buy their tickets online.
And the rest of the festival has grown apace as well, not just the Chili Festival. It's become really huge, hasn't it?
Yes, in many ways that's why we don't have a marquee this year.
I was going to ask you, why haven't you done that?
Because of Chili Fest, for example. With the marquee, it limits the capacity on the square. Without the marquee, we can get more people onto the square, which we need for Chili Fest, but also for Fleet Foxes. They're just too big for the marquee. The setup on the square and its physical structure won't allow a bigger marquee to go in there. So
Then you get that great optimism thing, that has always puzzled people all over the world, particularly who come to Ireland, who can't understand why anybody in the right mind would ever schedule an open-air event in this country.
all I can say is you're lucky not to be at Glastonbury. Have you seen the photographs of Glastonbury?
Exactly.
Mud baths. So there are no mud baths. You don't go home to a floating tent and a very damp sleeping bag. If you're at one of our events and there's a little drizzle, you go home to your dry, warm, cosy bed or your dry, warm, cosy hotel room.
It's what's known as your own house.
Exactly. So I would just think of those poor people at a festival like Glastonbury who are going to be in wet clothes, going home to, well, actually, they're going to go home to a field with their tent floating down the river. So that kind of puts things in perspective.
Thank you very much. We'll have another wee chat later before you go. Thank you for talking to me. Going to have a little song now from, I'm glad to say the Staves have remained. The Staves are very, very good.
They are excellent. Fantastic. We are going to try and talk them into staying tonight. See if we can get a flight changed.
Don't trust them, girls. Don't trust them. Okay, where you going?
Yesterday, that sinking feeling that I can't replace with happier thoughts of happier days on my own. There are times when I'm weary and times when I rise from a dream far too vivid, tears in my eyes. Well, I hope you've been sleeping and I hope you're not feeling alone. You had me, so glad that you had me. It's so hard when you don't feel a thing anymore. There's a bag in the hallway and a bed on the floor. I'm dying to see you and I couldn't want more than to have and to hold you and to know that I never did wrong. Well, I don't trust anybody these days to give me a chance to hear what I say, and I don't trust myself to be a friend to anyone. But I'm glad that you had me, so glad that you had me. It's so hard when you don't feel a thing anymore. Give me a letter to read on my own. Give me a letter to read on my own. I'm bad, I know, but I'm glad that you had me, so glad that you love me. It's so hard when you don't feel a thing anymore.
Fantastic. Thank you. Great. Can I speak to you for a moment? What's your name?
Jessica.
Jessica, those are very beautiful and very intricate harmonies.
Thank you very much.
I'll be very surprised now if we don't hear from you girls in very, very shortly all over the place. And these people want you to stay. Will you be able to stay maybe for a day or two? You're trying to figure it out? Maybe
We might be able to. We'd love to. See what we can do with the old flights. I'd love to see the Fleet Foxes.
And oh no, please do. Get away, down boy. Go away. Leave them alone. And did you write that song yourself? I mean, did the three of you write that song?
Yeah, we wrote it together. I think it was something I was playing around with for a while on the guitar, and then we all kind of worked out the lyrics together for it.
And have you always written your own material, or is it something you only just did kind of recently? Or?
No, we've done it for quite a long time now. Yeah, we used to do covers when we first started, but we've been writing for a few years or so now. Yeah.
I can't remember if I asked your sister or not. Do you have a website? Did I ask you that? I didn't know. Do you have a website?
We do have a website.
Could you tell us what it is? Because people will be curious as to what kind of stuff you do in that.
It's thestaves.com, and it will take you to all our various pages like Facebook and Tumblr and all these things we've got.
Well, I know you're going to be hugely popular, and I hope I'll be able to say, we had them here first. Please give them a big hand, please. The Staves. Thank you. Staves. The Staves. Right, Kieran, just going to have a quick word with you. Our time here is nearly finished. Are they fantastic?
They are, and actually, I think, very representative of what we do in the spirit of Open House Festival, which is about bringing new music to people here in Belfast. We had Mumford & Sons do a free event quite a few years ago before anyone had heard of them. C6 Steve, we give him his first gig ever in the UK.
Do you remember that? Was it
John Hewitt?
John Hewitt, I remember that. This fella came in and I thought he was crazy. And I was kind of afraid of him. And then he started to play and then we went, my God, what's this? And then suddenly became the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah. And that was a free event, as was the first Mumford & Sons gig. So,
you seem to have a habit of spotting people earlier on. There's the Fleet Foxes, Villagers, the C6 Steve, and who else? Mumford & Sons, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean,
not a bad record.
No, and I can't stress that enough. We're not just about the big names. What's just as exciting for us is bringing a band like the Staves to Belfast for the first time, and people just getting such a reaction as they are. So that's kind of encapsulated in our festival called the Breakthrough Series. So if people go onto our website or pick up a program, anything in that Breakthrough Series is just as good as what you've heard here with the Staves.
I would say there's a fair possibility that maybe in a year or two we'll be saying, we had the Staves here once and nobody knew who they were.
That's right, yes. And maybe they'll come back if we look after them.
Tell you what, Bill, look, I don't think you're going to let them out the door. I'd be very, very afraid, girls. That's nearly all we have time for, I think. Thank you very much, Kieran, Festival Director, for inviting us down here today. It's been a pleasure, and the music has been, of course, of the highest quality. And anyone who wants to contact this programme, give us a ring, or you can write to me, Gerry Anderson, care of BBC Radio Foyle. That's, well, you know where it is. I'll be back on Monday.
Thanks, Gerry. Sounds like you've had a good time there. Gerry Anderson down at the festival there, but now it's 12 o'clock. This is Talkback with Wendy Austin.